constantly hearing your team talk about how they don't have enough leads, or maybe that they're working leads too much, and for whatever reason, there aren't sales falling out the bottom of the sales funnel. This is something that I come across a lot, and I've even seen in my own business that if we don't pay attention to, keeps coming back up. And it's basically what I call the invisible logjam in the sales funnel. And if you can just visualize, obviously we talk about a sales funnel. You know, you have leads coming in the top, you've got to work them, you've got your sales process, and then you have revenue coming out the bottom, right? You have sales. If you're not actively working the funnel properly, you can have a logjam that makes you feel like you're busy, makes you feel like you have a lot of activity going on, but it can really bottleneck your sales funnel. So a couple things just to talk through real quick that can relieve that pressure and make more sales fall out the bottom is after 10 days, if you have done a good job, which I know you have, in the sales presentation. So you've talked to Mr. and Miss Smith, you said, hey, you know, here's how we're greater than everyone else, we're offering you more coverage. Obviously you've got me, you've got our team, you know, here's the value of our agency and the brand that we represent. And then you ask for the sales. So, you know, how would you like for your name to read on the policy? What's the best effective day for you? What's the most convenient form of payment? We can do easy pay, we can do pay in full. Do you want to do debit, credit card? Force them to give you answers, which we talk about, those are tie downs, you know how to do that. And they tell you, well, I have to think about it. So you've obviously tried, you've overcome their objections, you haven't been able to close the business, I get it, but you have to set the expectation for the follow-up. And anything that goes beyond 10 days, from my perspective, I've tracked this mathematically over years and years of running our sales team and helping other sales teams, that after day 10, if they have not followed up with you, they start to go silent, they're not returning emails, they're not returning phone calls, they're giving you an answer, you just don't realize it. They're telling you no. Now, no means not right now. So that doesn't mean that they're never going to purchase from you. So my recommendation, inside a 10-day window, is obviously set the expectation from the sales presentation. When can I, you know, expect an answer? Would it be safe to say that by Tuesday of next week, you would have made your decision? Yeah, that's fine. That's 4 days from now. Okay, well, I'll give you a call on Tuesday at 2 o'clock. Look forward to connecting. So you call Tuesday at 2 o'clock, you call Wednesday morning, you call Wednesday afternoon. The next Monday you're calling and they're not responding to you. What you need to do is you need to follow up one last time and you need to say, hey, just wanted to give you one last call. I understand right now may not be the best time. I do have these rates locked in and I can definitely get that handled for you today, and I look forward to serving you. But if I don't hear back from you, we're just going to give you a call in a year because it may not be the best time for you right now. And I can guarantee when you say that, what will happen is the phone will ring. They will call you back, because when you take something away from someone, that's going to make them act if they were going to act. Now, the ones that don't call you back, I can almost guarantee they were not going to purchase in the first place. They've either already made a decision, and sometimes people just don't know how to tell people no, or they just weren't going to make a decision at all, which is a decision. And then by you saying, I'm going to just reach out to you in a year to see if it's a better time, or 6 months, then you are creating more leads to come back into your sales process 6, 12, 18, 24 months down the road. Now, this is something that we teach, which is very elementary, and if you have a sales CRM or a lead management system, you know, just create a subfolder to where you put these leads into that bucket, and then just make sure that the process is built so you or someone on your team is working that bucket every month from the prior 6, 12, 18, 24 months. And you're just calling them and you're rewarming them and putting them in the top of the bucket. It's pretty simple stuff. You may be doing this already. But I'm just telling you that the invisible bottleneck in the sales funnel, it has something to do with psychologically in our brains that, you know, why aren't they calling back? You know, you may be saving them money. I've heard people say, I can't believe they're not going with us. We're saving them so much money and giving them twice the coverage. Well, believe it, okay? And by them not responding, they are responding. They're telling you no. And as you already know, no means not right now. But by you being able to disconnect from that, and by you being able to say, you know what, I did a great job, I followed up, I gave them value, I gave them coverage, they didn't make a move, we'll follow up with them 6, 12 months, we'll close them at that point in time, then it frees your mind up to work on other lead generating activities. Basically, it starts relieving that pressure in the sales funnel. I promise this will work. And if this seems a little extreme to you, sometimes I come across individuals that say, well, I call them for 50, 60, 70 days. So maybe 10 days may seem a little extreme. Start at 20. I would never go beyond 20 days following up with someone unless there was some circumstance, they had a closing, or they were traveling, or they just had a situation where they couldn't close for 27 days. Well, then you just calendar that. That's not what we're talking about here. I'm talking about the ones that you've presented the options to, you've presented the value of doing business with you, and they're just straight up not calling you back. I would start with 20 days, and then I would get down to 15 days. And I would say the target is 10 days. I mean, I see this in agencies where 60% of the time is in this area. You can take that time and you can redivert that time back to new ways to generate activity, new lists to call, calling existing customers and thanking them for their business, asking for referrals, getting involved in another networking opportunity, or trying to find some more referral partners, or going home to spend time with your spouse on time, or your kids on time, or going to have lunch with your kids. I'm just saying that don't let these individuals rob this time from you. Know in your mind that by them not responding is them responding, and be okay with cutting that as long as you have a process to bring them back in. And two things will happen. Number one, people will call you back and they will purchase. And number two, the rest of the individuals, it will free up time for you to focus in other areas. So I hope this helped, and if this is something that spoke to you, just try it. Reach out to me if there's anything I can do to help. I would definitely do so, and hope you have a great day.